Hey everybody, I'm back. Sorry, I know I made the first welcome back video 2 weeks ago and I have been meaning to do another video, but got distracted with life things. But anyway, I'm back and get it together. So this is my first video for Conversations with Thkeya. So basically what I'm going to do is just have serious topics that I'm interested in at the moment, and I'm just gonna talk and give my take on it. And if there's certain topics that you're interested in me bringing up or having further commentary on, let me know. Drop the information below and let me know what you think. So you're gonna see me looking down. It's just that I have my notes, so I'm just trying to make sure I keep everything straight. This isn't gonna be a super long video. I just kind of want to try this out and see how this goes. Okay, so my first topic is going to be about the Democratic national debate. So I know there's a debate going on right now. What time is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going on right now. So this is like night 2. So there was one that came on last night that I watched. And I must say, and I'm going to be completely honest, having a really hard time focusing on everything because I just felt that it was just way too many candidates. I know they broke everything up, but I can't remember off the top of my head like the number of candidates they had. I want to say it was like at least 10 candidates, and it was just really hard to focus and to listen to everybody because everybody kept chiming in, trying to get their point across, which is completely understandable. You're in a debate. But I just felt like they didn't have enough time to speak. I don't know. I just really, it was just difficult just trying to focus on everything. So that's what I was struggling with. And, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders stood out, of course. But I think the reason why they stood out is because they were like the loudest ones. And they say a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So you're doing a lot of complaining. People are going to take notice. And I think that's why they stood out the most. But honestly, I wasn't that impressed with the Democratic debate. I mean, they definitely, of course, healthcare is a big topic right now. And of course, talking about economics. And they seem to be pretty divided on both of those topics. And those are like the two major hot button issues right now in terms of and within this political climate. So I don't know. I guess I'll get a recap tonight about the one tonight and see how that goes, and hoping that was a little bit better than last night. But they seem to be arguing a lot, and they seem to just be very divided. And it came across to me as a party. It seems to be kind of all over the place. So I don't know. I think maybe it would have been better if it wasn't so many candidates, because it's just hard. Like you're acting, the moderators were doing a pretty good job of trying to keep people together and try to keep them on time, but of course people have their talking points and they're trying to get their point across, of course, and it seemed like they were just really struggling to do that in a lot of time that they had. So I'm gonna be honest, I got undiagnosed ADHD, so I was having a really hard time just following along with everything. But I don't know, you guys let me know what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's not good? Are you not that impressed? Are you just over this election and you're just like, let's get this over with and just vote because I'm done? Let me know your thoughts. All right, so the next topic that I want to talk about is Lela Rochon, Antoine Fuqua, and Nicole Murphy fiasco. Now, I was seeing online, people were complaining, saying, stating that Leah let herself go and she doesn't look the same from when her and Antoine got married. So that's why he cheated. And let's be honest, guys, that is no excuse whatsoever to cheat. That's still a trash reason to cheat on somebody. It's supposed to be in sickness and in health. You're supposed to love someone through all of that. And let's keep it cute because he cheated on her even when she was very slim. So that had nothing to do with it. I think he's just a cheater, for point blank and the period. He's just a cheater. And Lela, I think, is just really in love with him. And she probably just doesn't want to let him go. And so she's probably just putting up with a lot going on with him. And then I heard that she's I don't know how true it is, but I kept seeing reports online that she has lupus, and it's an autoimmune disease, and that takes a lot of toll on your body, and some of the medicines that they have you on does cause you to gain weight. And if all of that is even, if all that turns out to be true, Antoine is even more of a dirt bag, because then how are you doing that? Why are you not supporting your wife and helping her get better, but you out here cheating on her? And then Nicole Murphy, girl, you just keep doing... It seems like you just got older and you still doing the same stuff you've been doing. Like, what is that about? Like, I'm really disappointed in her. It seemed like you supposed to be everybody's friend, but then you sleeping with everybody's husband. Girl, that's why things ain't going right for you, because you keep doing wrong. You know? Karma might not come you call, but she always on time. Okay? So, I don't really have much to say on that topic, but... You know, I'm just going to pray for everybody. I hope everything work out. But, Lela girl, whatever you decide to do what's best for you, ma. But if you really don't want to stay and you want him to go, then girl, deuces, okay? All right, let's see. Next topic. All right, so Lifetime. So remember a few months ago, well, I think it was early this year, actually, where Lifetime had did the Surviving R.Kelly docuseries, and that, I think that kind of just kickstarted everything again in the trial that he ended up going through. So now Lifetime has now ordered a follow-up called Surviving R. Kelly, The Aftermath. So now it's just talking about everything that has transpired since the docuseries came out earlier this year. So I'm really interested to see what the take is that they're going to talk about. They're probably going to talk about the trial, or they're going to talk about the two women. I can't remember their names right now, but the two girls, all I know is that they was on, I think it was Good Morning America, and they were being interviewed by Gayle King, and their interview with her was just, I shouldn't say it was funny, because it's actually pretty sad. But when they were doing that, I definitely kind of felt like, wait a minute, what is going on? Those girls really were just lost, and you can tell that they were pretty broken. And that was the sad part about hearing their commentary, just realizing how broken they really truly are. And they seem to be extremely, extremely lost. And I was really hoping that, you know, with R. Kelly being arrested and everything, this would kind of force them to focus on themselves and get themselves together. And that still seems to not be the case with them. And I'm really disappointed in that, because they are really going out here acting a plumb fool. But I really hope they get it together and try to live their life. Ooh, gotta switch hands. My arm's starting to hurt. So, you know, go and live their life and just try to do the best that they can. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm not exactly sure when the Surviving R. Kelly Aftermath is supposed to come out on Lifetime. I just know, you know, that it's supposed to be coming. So it's be interesting to see what that's going to be about, because they do have a lot to follow up and tell us. It's going to probably be juicy. So stay tuned and look out for that. So Iyanla Vanzant, her episode that came on this past weekend, it was called Pride and Prejudice. So part 1. So part 2 is going to come on this weekend. All right, so let me tell y'all. So basically what it's about is, so this woman, Ramisha, and her husband, Chris. So they're married. They're in an interracial relationship. So Chris is of German descent, and Ramisha is African-American descent. So Chris' mom, Miss Rita, okay, she does not think that Miss Ramisha is good enough for her son, and she is being a real thorn in everybody's side. She's very judgmental, putting her down, making judgments about her home, all types of things, just real disrespectful. And then you would be thinking to yourself, like, wait a minute, Chris, this is your home. You should be checking your mom. Well, then Chris ended up having something traumatic happen to him in his childhood. He was violated when he was 6 years old. And he wanted to tell his mother about it, but the way she comes across, she doesn't come off being very supportive or wanting to help him through his situation. So I think that that's just why he doesn't really open up to his mom emotionally, because she's just not emotionally there for him. And so the previews I was seeing for the next episode, he finally sat down at, I believe he's 36, finally sat down and told his mother what, how that made him feel emotionally, what he was dealing with. And his mother still was kind of like, oh, it's just my fault. Oh, put the blame on me. Like, not really understanding and acknowledging what her son was just going through. It was really sad out here. And it just kind of begged the question and kind of just made me think for myself that, we have to really be mindful of the fact of, just because you went through some type of trauma, and you may connect with somebody else who went through not a similar type of trauma, but just trauma altogether. It's like we kind of mistake trauma for compatibility. And I'm not saying that Ramisha and Chris aren't compatible. I'm just speaking in general, because it's just kind of made me think of this while I was watching the episode. That just because you went through some traumatic, just because you and another person, we both went through some type of trauma, that don't mean that we're compatible. And honestly, y'all might not be compatible. Y'all could be bringing out the worst in each other, and you may need to leave each other alone. So we gotta really be mindful of that. And especially if you're dealing with a family and you know how your family is, you need to work through those issues. You need to understand if this is truly who you want to be with at the end of the day, and your family's not gonna be supportive of it, you need to let them go. Or you need to stick up for your spouse or significant other, and to let your family know, like, look, this is who I want to be with. Either you going to support it or you not. But I'm not going to let you mess me up with what I'm trying to do, because I love this person. And I think that that's really important, that, we have to be mindful of that and work through those type of issues, before you get married. Because now you're talking about intertwining. And that has got to be hard for Ramisha, dealing with that, knowing she got a mother-in-law who basically can't stand her, and she don't like you because you black on top of that. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? So it's really those interracial relationships, like, people talk about, oh, how great it is. And it is love at the end of the day, and I'm not discriminating against that at all. But you also have to kind of be mindful of the fact that somebody might not like you just because of the color of your skin. And what do you do about that? Like, how are you supposed to work through something like that, knowing that that's the case? I don't know. Just something to ponder. Just something to ponder. That's food for thought. Well, that was the conversation. That was Conversations with Thkeya. Take one. Well, not take one. Episode 1. So there's going to be more to come. I'm going to put all of my information in the more info box. I have a blog called the ThekeyaLifeInspiration.com. And basically on the blog, what I write about is I write about a variety of topics. Basically, it's all about improving relationships within yourself, your spouse, family, brother, all of that together. And I write about solo traveling and about how to be more open in dating, and just to kind of give you a few. So I'll definitely put the link in there so you guys go check out the blog. I'll put up my information out there from my Twitter and my Instagram, so you can go follow me on there. And hope you guys have a great evening and have an amazing rest of the week. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye.